All right, good morning everyone. It's Jamie here from Inspire Coffee Roasting Company, and I've got some interesting coffee making ideas for you. Three different coffee makers, and they do, all three of them are for a single cup. And first of all, I've been boiling the water on the stove, or bringing it almost to a boil. So you never want to use boiling water for making coffee. It has a tendency to over extract and cause bitter flavor in your coffee. So the kettle is just before the boiling point. I'd say around 200 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm going to go ahead and grind the coffee. It's going to be freshly ground Inspire Coffee Roasting Company's coffee beans, and here we go. Get that done. All right, coffee's ground, and so get the coffee out of there. Freshly ground coffee. Oh man, that smells good. And the first coffee maker is for a single cup. It's called the Brew Buddy, and that's the package it comes in. And this is what it looks like. So it's got a fine mesh bag filter, fits over your coffee cup like that, and you add the coffee. So what I found is that for me, for a large cup like that, I use approximately 1 scoop. This scoop is pretty handy. It came with another coffee maker that I have. So we'll put the coffee in there. Now, as I said, you add the water, but not boiling water. So it's cooled down a little bit. I think the perfect temperature is supposed to be about 195 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're probably pretty close to that. I might be picky about coffee, but I don't actually measure the temperature. So you add the water to this one, and you let the coffee bloom, as they call it. And it acts similar to a drip coffee maker, but this is hotter water, which gives you, I think, a better coffee. And it also has a chance to sit in the cup and brew. So as you see there, it's in the water. So depending on how strong you like your coffee, you would leave it in there for a certain amount of time. I haven't been timing it really, so what I like to do is just leave it for about a minute or so, and then take it out. All right, and that, my friends, is a very good cup of coffee. All right, so I've removed the Brew Buddy. As you can see, beautiful hot cup of coffee. Looks good. All right, so on to the second one. All right, so this next one I discovered when I was on a trip to New Zealand, and the people that I was staying with had received this coffee gizmo as a present, and they hadn't really used it that much, but they said, you know, you're welcome to give it a try. So I did, and I loved it. This is pretty cool. It's called the AeroPress. So it comes with a couple of pieces here and paper filters, which with paper filters. Anyhow, the paper filter fits in here. But what I've discovered online is a stainless steel disc, which is really decent. It's got very, oops, no, I don't want folks to see me, but it's got very fine holes, very fine mesh, and so you set that in there. And then you attach it to the bottom of the press. It's called the AeroPress. If you're wondering what I said there, AeroPress. And then you set that on your coffee cup. Alright, so now comes the fun part. You add, so it does have lines on here, but what I do is I like a full cup of coffee. It comes with some instructions, but this is what I've learned to do. So, that's great. So you add the coffee in to the AeroPress. Alright. And now you take your hot water and add it. Here we go. Looks good. Ooh. Look at that. Oh, sweet. Okay. So now, it's called the AeroPress for a reason. You use compressed air to force the coffee through the filter. So you apply pressure. You can hear it going through. Ooh. Get my muscles doing this. Alright. And you hear it. Air escaping. You've come to the end. There you go. That's how the AeroPress works. Makes a great cup of coffee. It's wonderful. You see that? Beautiful. And what I like about it is that you get a hot cup of coffee. So, and it's fresh. So with our old standby drip filter, which I haven't used for a dog's age, ours doesn't have a burner on the bottom, but a lot of them do. And you're cooking your coffee, right? So sitting on a burner, you make the coffee, and then you end up throwing half of it away. So this is an amazing little device. Makes a beautiful cup of coffee, and you're not wasting it. You can make a fresh cup of coffee really quick. Alright, so that's that. The AeroPress. So you've seen two, the Brew Buddy and now the AeroPress. And my next one is obviously my favorite, actually using the machine, so an espresso maker. So we'll get to that now. Alright, so finally we have the espresso maker. It's a machine. Bought this on sale because I hate paying full price for anything. And I think I paid about $160 for it, at least 5 or 6 years ago. It's done well. Almost no maintenance to it, just keep it clean. And it's got a water reservoir in the back, so you make sure that you fill that each time. It doesn't use a whole lot, but I just like to make sure I don't run out of water halfway through making a coffee. Use a fine grind in the machine. I used a fine grind for the other two as well, for the Brew Buddy and the AeroPress, because I just like to use a fine grind. So you know what, you suit yourself. Coffee making, making a good cup of coffee is all in personal preference, right? So you decide what kind of type of grind that you want, fine, medium, coarse, and or how long you want to brew it for in some cases, or temperatures and time. They're all important, and you get different results with each. So this is really a great machine. I love it. Okay, so scoop the coffee. Coffee goes in the cup. This is supposed to make 2 cups of coffee, but you know what? I like coffee. I like it strong, and this does me just perfectly. Okay, so you put that coffee in there. It's actually 2 pieces, right? So it sits in there, and then you press it. Not too hard. Just apply a little pressure to it. Okay. I like to top it up a bit here. Sorry for the shaky camera. I don't have can't for the camera crew. Alright, so we'll just press that. So just applying a bit of pressure to it. There we go. Alright. And put this in here. Pull it over tightly. And our Inspire cups. Mugs fit perfectly underneath. It's got 2 spouts for 2 cups, but hey, like I said, it's only 1 cup of coffee for me. Alright, it's on, the water's heated, and so you just turn it on. And away you go. It's all done, and what I like to have with it is steamed milk. So you'll notice we've got the some milk in the stainless steel jug that comes with it. Turn that to steam. I normally have a cloth under that, so there we go. That's steam. Be very careful. Okay. So I'm steaming my milk. Oh, this is going to be good. So you got a hot cup of coffee, adding hot milk to it so that it stays hot, and yeah, nice. The crema on top of that coffee there. Doesn't that look great? Still steaming a bit. Beautiful, beautiful. Now I've got 3 cups of coffee to drink. Woohoo! Awesome. Alright, turn it off. Add the milk. Oh, nice. There you go. I don't know if you like sugar in it, put some sugar on top, give it a stir, and you've got a beautiful cup of coffee. Alright, so there's 3 different types of coffee makers that I've found and use and enjoy. So depending on your mood, your time schedule, they're easy. All 3 are easy to clean up. You can make yourself a perfect cup of coffee, done your way and made fresh with freshly ground Inspire Coffee Roasting Company beans and your coffee expertise. Alright, well, there we have it. If you have any questions, feel free to message me or text, actually, or the old-fashioned way, on the phone. And please like and follow us on Facebook. Alright, and tell your friends. Thank you.